Today on our program, we've showed you some herbaceous perennials, we've looked at some woody trees and shrubs, but now I want to show you a plant that sort of straddles the line between a shrub and a perennial. This is rue, our common garden rue, one of our herbs. This plant is sort of half shrub, half perennial. Now in botany, we have different terms to describe different growth habits of different types of plants. There's the term arborescent, which describes trees, the term frutescent, describing shrubs, and then we have herbaceous, which describes those plants that don't have any woody plant material, that the tops die back to the ground each year. Well, the rue actually has its own type of term. It's called suffrutescent. There are actually a few other plants that fit into this, but the plants are sort of half shrub, half perennial. It's one of those instances where nature sort of defies our man-made, well-ordered system of classification. But if you look down inside the plant, you can see that the lower parts of the stem do look more shrub-like. But up here, all of this very succulent foliage and stems will die when we get a really hard frost. So the plant has some parts that overwinter more shrub-like down below, sort of a sub-shrub type of plant. Well, rue is known as the herb of grace. It was believed that this plant could help ward off contagious disease or spiritual influence. On a more practical note, today the plants are used to repel beetles and also fleas. There are some people that will plant rue around dog kennels to help keep some of the fleas away. Rue is native to Eastern Europe and some of the countries around the Mediterranean, and it's actually the national flower of Lithuania. The family that rue belongs to is Rutaceae, and this also is the family that the genus Citrus belongs to. So one of our common garden herbs is closely related to the citrus plants like oranges, lemons, grapefruits, and tangerines. The sap inside the leaves and stems of rue can cause dermatitis in certain individuals who are allergic to it. And if you have the sap on your skin in the presence of bright sunlight, it can just kind of make the problem worse. But I really like to use this plant in the garden. I think it's just a beautiful foliage plant. I love this bluish color to the leaves. It combines very well with plants that have white flowers, pale yellow flowers, or even some with more of a magenta type color. And it's so tough. These plants are very heat tolerant. They're drought tolerant once they're established. If you remember back in the summer, we took a trip out to the Panhandle and we saw the rue growing in some of the gardens out there. There are also some species of butterfly whose larvae will feed on the foliage of rue, so you could use it in your butterfly garden as well. Just a wealth of uses for this wonderful plant. So you might think about gracing your garden with this wonderful herb of grace, the rue.